Hey everyone, this is Erika Szabo, welcome back. So today, to get me and all of you into the Halloween spirit, I thought I'd put together a list of my favorite examples of atmosphere in horror video games. But before we get to that, I wanted to talk a bit about AMC Network's latest horror streaming app that I've partnered with, Shudder. Now, oftentimes when I talk about horror films to my friends, I found myself having a really strong affinity to existential horror. Sure, I love blood and guts, especially in Japanese horror, but horror that captures a particularly human element is something I'm most fond of. John Carpenter's The Thing is a great example of that and brought chills down my spine growing up when I first saw it, and not just because of the masterfully done practical special effects. I think the true horror here comes from the feeling of paranoia and isolation of the film's cast, a colorful array of scientists researching an alien threat. The research team had no way of identifying who the antagonist, a shape-shifting alien aching to survive, could possibly be, and through this dilemma we're left unsettled knowing that any one of them could be the enemy. There are various films on Shudder that explore the human element of horror, films I know and love, like Let the Right One In, American Psycho, and Nosferatu. I was really impressed by the library size of high-quality horror and recommend it if you're a horror buff that can't seem to find what you're looking for on other streaming services. I also really like how Shudder categorizes its films into genres, so no matter what you're looking for, you'll probably be able to find it. While Shudder is currently available in the US, it will also be coming to Canada this October, just in time for Halloween. Monthly subscriptions are $4.99 a month or $49.99 for a year subscription. So I hope you get to check out Shudder for yourself, especially for this Halloween. This is like the perfect time to do that. And it's really nice to actually have like a very genre-specific streaming service available. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, more content in the realm of horror, thrillers, especially psychological thrillers and things like that, do please check out my other channel that maybe some of you have heard of, maybe some of you haven't, called Sharp Objects. I haven't updated it in a very long time, but I am very, very much looking forward to soon, so do stay tuned. Let's get back to my favorite atmospheres in horror video games right now. Atmosphere is something that I wish was expressed and discussed more in video game reviews. And this is exactly why I like talking about the feeling of playing these games, the kind of connections we can build with media to form these everlasting reflections of ourselves. First on my list is an indie game that totally caught me off guard, throwing players into an experience that progressively gets darker and more unsettling the deeper we go. That game is Tale of Tales: The Path. Despite getting scrutiny for the developer's often heavy-handed approach to game development, The Path serves as an important step forward in agency and the way in which Tale of Tales utilizes the idea of choice to uncover the ugly, fleshy underbelly of self, and all masked behind a common children's folktale, Little Red Riding Hood. The experience is dark and dismal in nature, much like Grimm's telling, but infused with a contemporary feeling that lingers a little too close to our reality. It's unsettling, but a mystery worth uncovering, even if we know how the story goes. Easily one of my fondest memories off the Nintendo library, Shadowgate reminded me of the mysterious wonder of various other games that I played, like the text adventure Zork, for instance. The dungeon's many twists and turns harbored so many secrets and compelled me to travel that much further into the abyss. Most may say that immersion comes in the graphical quality of a game, but I'm a firm believer that true immersion comes from the heart and soul of a project, the flesh and bone, the so-called essence. Graphics are but a tiny part of a greater whole. The allure of Shadowgate comes not from its graphics, which are obviously dated and picture book-like, but from the looming danger and trial and error curiosity. Kojima's envisionment of the coveted Silent Hill series, PT, rang true to the series' oftentimes never-ending horror. Despite being a small experiment within this realm, it managed to make me feel trapped and never sure how far I'd fall into the madness. The cyclical yet maze-like feel of this small yet massive space ignites a strangely claustrophobic feel I haven't quite experienced since Mark Danielewski's haunting novel House of Leaves. There's a particular beauty and finesse to this rapidly growing space. First, the pain of knowing the secrets hidden within were there all along. Sometimes there comes a horror game that's so gorgeous, its sheer beauty sends shivers down your spine. Fragile Dreams did that for me with its lush, dreamlike environments. The beauty in horror can be found both inside and out. The lush, bittersweet post-apocalyptic world, akin to the work of time-traveling anime director Makoto Shinkai, Fragile Dreams appears so serene in nature. However, upon closer inspection, we find the horrors of fragility, a descent into the unknown. Maybe this is a no-brainer, but if there was one horror game that I would herald for its distinct and unsettling atmosphere, that would be Silent Hill 2. Perhaps the most intriguing part about Silent Hill 2 has to be in the way we perceive the world through the protagonist, James Sutherland's eyes. How his truth is the only truth we can have faith in. And from this comes the fear of finding out his deepest, darkest fears, denials which come to betray him as well as us, the player. So I hope you enjoyed my list of favorite atmospheres in horror video games. I also hope that you get to check out Shudder too if you are interested in the horror genre, because I know I am. But yeah, I really hope you liked this. I found it to be like a nice different take on a lot of these top gaming lists. I don't often see ones that explore the environments themselves and what make them so compelling. So yeah, I'd be really curious to hear what some of your favorite environments, atmospheres are in horror games, and why they compelled you forward, why they scared you, why they, ignited those feelings inside of you, those feelings that, kind of crawl under your skin and make you feel really, really unsettled. There's something really amazing about that, despite how uneasy it might make you feel. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Please stay tuned for more, horror, spooky themed videos, and then other stuff too, and Twitch streams, etc, etc, etc. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Okay. Peace.